Shalom. First and foremost, I want to give all praises, glory, and honor to Yahweh, Bahashem Yahweh Shai, Bahashem Chakwadash. Double honors to my apostles and elders at Great Millstone who rule and teach well, and peace and blessings to the elect. Shalom. Okay, so I wanted to get into a lesson starting off in 2nd Esdras, the 9th chapter, and the 1st verse. So Lord willing, this is an edifying lesson to the elect. So I'll go ahead and I'll get straight into it. This is 2nd Esdras chapter 9 and verse 1. He answered me then and said, measure thou the time diligently in itself. That's right. And how is it that we measure the time diligently in itself? By watching, okay, seeing what's going on around the world, seeing what's going on in the news and filtering it through the scriptures. Okay, that's how we measure the time diligently in itself. Okay, continuing on. And when thou seest part of the signs past, which I have told thee before, then shalt thou understand that it is the very same time wherein the highest will begin to visit the world which he made. And how is it that the Lord is beginning to visit this place? By way of these plagues. Okay, you see that these plagues are being sent, famine, pestilence, the sword. Okay, but we know that these things will escalate, these things will intensify, heading into the time of Jacob's trouble. Okay, it's going to get a lot worse than what you see right now, man. Okay, it's going to get extremely bad out here. It's going to be a lot of bloodshed. It's going to be bodies throughout these streets, man. Okay, we understand that it's going to be worse than anything that we ever been through, anything that we ever experienced before. It's going to be worse than any captivity that we ever been in. It's going to be worse than slavery. That's how bad it's going to become out here during the time of Jacob's trouble. And how else is it that the highest is beginning to visit the world which he made by way of his prophets? Okay, you see that the Lord has his prophets out here on the highways and hedges, okay, preaching his word and truth and sincerity, warning our people, you so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans, which are the Hebrew Israelites, of the things to come. What do you hear or forbear? So I'll go ahead and get what else I had. All right, let me get this in Ezekiel, another one of my favorite scriptures. The 33rd chapter and the 7th verse. This is Ezekiel chapter 33 and verse 7. So thou, O son of man, I have set thee a watchman unto the house of Israel. And who are the watchmen? The prophets. Okay, continuing on. Therefore thou shalt hear the word at my mouth and warn them from me. That's right. So we understand that the Lord speaks through his prophets. Okay, we're not speaking our own words. We're speaking the words of the Lord. Okay, and we understand that it's the Lord that's bringing these plagues upon this place, and we're constantly warning our people, you so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans, which are the Hebrew Israelites, of the things to come. What do you hear or forbear? Okay, we have to continue to warn you, man. Okay, because we don't want to be held accountable for the blood of you wicked individuals, man. Okay, so let me go ahead, and we understand, man, that it's commanded for us to do this, man. So let me go back to that in 2nd Esdras, okay? And I'll start back at the top, okay? This is 2nd Esdras, the 9th chapter and the 1st verse. So like I started the 2nd verse. This is 2nd Esdras chapter 9 and verse 2. Then shalt thou understand that it's the very same time wherein the highest will begin to visit the world which he made. Verse 3. Therefore, when there shall be seen earthquakes, and we're seeing the earthquakes that's going on throughout the earth. Okay, you seen the earthquake that just hit Russia, man. Okay, you seen the really earthquakes, okay, that's hit Russia. Okay, you seen the earthquake, you know, that hit Chile, Japan. It was a recent earthquake. Well, I should say it was a recent earthquake in Chile. It was a recent earthquake in Japan, Alaska, New Jersey. Okay, so we're seeing the earthquakes that's occurring throughout the earth. Okay, and we're also seeing earthquaking events happen throughout the earth, man. Okay, so we're seeing these things. So I'll read this from the top again. This is 2nd Esdras chapter 9 and verse 3. Therefore, when there shall be seen earthquakes and uproars of the people in the world. That's right. And we're seeing the uproars of the people in the world. Okay, we're seeing more and more protests happening throughout the earth. We're seeing more and more people coming up against the government. Okay, we're seeing this happening right now. Okay, but we know that it's going to escalate heading into the time of Jacob's trouble. So let me get this in Jeremiah. Okay, the 30th chapter. And I'll start at the 7th verse. This is Jeremiah chapter 30 and verse 7, that last for that day is great, so that none is like it. It is even the time of Jacob's trouble. That's right. We understand that we're in the beginning stages of Jacob's trouble right now, man. Okay, but we know, like I just mentioned multiple times, it's going to escalate. Okay, it's going to intensify. It's going to get a lot worse than what you see right now. Okay, martial law will be declared. Okay, it's going to be troops throughout these cities. Okay, it's going to be checkpoints. Okay, America, which is Babylon the Great, is divided up into 10 different FEMA regions. Okay, you're not going to be able to move around as freely as you was once able to, man. Okay, during the time of Jacob's trouble, man, it's going to escalate out here, man. Okay, it's going to be a lot of women that's going to get raped out here during the time of Jacob's trouble. Okay, we understand that it's going to be babies that's going to get put to death. A lot of you people are going to see your babies get put to death right before you, man. Okay, we know that it's going to be whole households getting put to death, getting your doors kicked in, getting your goods took. Okay, certain things that Esau Edom has classified that's going to be declassified during the time of Jacob's trouble. This damn devil has some shit that you never would think that he'll have, but he got it. You got to remember that his blessing was the sword. Okay, so it's going to be other things that's going to be shown during the time of Jacob's trouble. This damn devil know that he has but a short time remaining in rulership, man. The scripture goes to that in Revelation chapter 12 and verse 12, man. Okay, so we know, man, these devils are going to come down with great wrath, but we know, man, it's going to get extremely bad out here during the time of Jacob's trouble. Continuing on, but he shall be saved out of it. And who's that he that's going to be saved out of it? The elect. Okay, that remnant that the Lord will protect and deliver. So let me go ahead and get what else I had. I'll go to Daniel. Okay, the 12th chapter. This is Daniel chapter 12 in verse 1. And at that time shall Michael stand up. And this is speaking about Michael the archangel. Okay, continuing on. The great prince was standing for the children of thy people. And there shall be a time of trouble, such as never was since there was a nation, even to that same time. Okay, and we understand that time of trouble that is speaking about is the time of Jacob's trouble. Okay, it's going to be worse than anything that we ever experienced before in life, man. Okay, it's going to be worse than any captivity that we ever been in. It's going to be worse than slavery, man. Think about how bad it's going to be during the time of Jacob's trouble. That is going to be worse than slavery. Okay, that's how bad it's going to become out here, man. Okay, so we understand that we're going to need the Lord. Okay, so let me read this from the top again. This is Daniel chapter 12 and verse 1. And at that time shall Michael stand up, the great prince was standing for the children of thy people. And there shall be a time of trouble, such as never was since there was a nation, even to that same time. And at that time thy people shall be delivered. Okay, and who are the ones that's going to be delivered? The elect, okay, that remnant that the Lord will protect, okay, and ultimately deliver. Okay, we know that the elect will be beamed up unto the chariot when the Lord returns, and we know that they're going to be able to see the nuclear destruction of America, which is Babylon the Great, from the chariot, man. Okay, so let me go ahead and get what else I had. Okay, let me go to Psalms, the 17th chapter. Okay. Let me get this in Psalms, the 17th chapter, to show you that Esau is being used, man. Okay, this is Psalms chapter 17 and verse 13. Arise, O Lord, disappoint him, cast him down, deliver my soul from the wicked. Okay, and who's the wicked? Esau, Edom, pursuant to Malachi chapter 1 and verse 4. Okay, so we understand who's the wicked. Okay, continuing on, which is thy sword. That's right. It says, which is thy sword. Okay, so we understand that Esau, Edom, is the sword of the Lord on the left-hand side. Okay, that's being used as a whooping stick on the nation of Israel. Okay, you so-called Negroes, Latinos, Native Americans, which are the Hebrew Israelites. Okay, so we understand that this damn devil, he's being used right now, man. Okay, and he's gonna continue to be used during the time of Jacob's trouble, man. Okay, we know, man, the scripture goes into it in 2nd Esdras chapter 16 and verse 71 about how they shall be like mad men, sparing none. Okay, so these damn devils, man, they're gonna lose it, man. Okay, understanding that they're going to lose their kingdom. Okay, they're gonna be out here not sparing anybody. Okay, and if you're coming up against their new world order plans they're going to be looking to put you to death during the time of Jacob's trouble, man. Okay, but we understand that Esau is the sword of the Lord on the left-hand side. Okay, but we understand that the Lord will protect the elect. Okay, we understand that it's going to be a standard that's going to be lifted for the elect pursuant to Isaiah chapter 59 and verse 19. The Lord will make a way for the elect to escape. Okay, so we want the Lord to deliver us from the wicked. Who's the wicked? Esau, Edom is the wicked. Okay, and we know that he is the Lord's sword on the left-hand side. Okay, so we understand that the Lord will protect and deliver the elect. Okay, it's not going to be anything that Esau, Edom can do to stop the elect from getting delivered. Okay, and with that said, Lord willing, this was an edifying lesson to the elect. And I want to give all praises, glory, and honor to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem Chakwadash. Double honors to my apostles and elders at Great Millstone who rule and teach well, and peace and blessings to the elect. Shalom.